to game number 1 here, LAGR versus Lusty Caterpillar. Meta, talking about it, LAGR didn't want to get rid of any of their own options, and we're going to see a mirror match on both sides. That Kestrel, that Seeker, and Vildalia picked up from both teams. LAGR didn't want to get rid of it because they wanted to play it themselves. I think this makes sense for a map that's kind of just now shifting in to the kind of thought processes of teams thinking about what they want to play where. You're going to play it safe early unless you really know about a standout rogue that can maybe, surprise someone or help you do a unique strategy.
Oh, yes, I like this. Bringing out the anvil already. And I actually went through this with, shout out to Bacardi, by the way, Jay Bacardi. He helped me. We went into a custom game to see how the anvil shield could come into play on this map, especially for the defensive side. Just because I wanted to plant the bomb in certain areas and see if the shield can help. Because you can plant the bomb on top of like the cover of both sites, and you can kind of make it to where the anvil shield doesn't really matter because you can't defuse from behind the cover if you plant it close enough on your side of the cover, and then also the shield won't protect the head or even the upper body. But getting into this already, Cannibals finding one.
Huge pressure on the far side. No one really able to peel out for PreNade either. Kenny just poked it, not showing himself now, but caught out by Goldie, trying to maybe overcommit a little bit. This will force out Joker. Potential to catch him on the cross here too, but Goldie's just going to slow them down, force them to rotate. Now Drew might be able to help out with this as well. Only the two of them still standing, but now they're getting flanked. Vidalia though, downed. Goldie winning. Into that one, the Kestrel coming in on the back side though, and the Kestrel will clean up the rest of them. Hizzi on that follow-up, the pile of bodies there in this one side of hollows where all the fighting ended up happening.
Yeah, this is something that is refreshing to me because, we don't get to see a lot of the utility usage. Smokes, shields, they still don't show up most of the time, so it's really hard to, break things down. But this is refreshing because now we get to see hollows, and we really get to, dive deep into the different playstyles and what strategies come out on this map that is being added to the map pool. Right there, we saw them go towards A. Both teams committed that side. Cannibals, maybe the team just wasn't ready for him to be that close. He gets an early C4 pick. He cleans up another one after that. He goes down, but the rest of his team, they kind of just swarm around that. I really like that aggressiveness from the defense there.
Yeah, I think Caterpillar ended up kind of taking a lot of ground, just cutting off the rest of LAGR by surrounding them once they ended up isolated in that one side. And they're playing this very slow at the start, it seems. They're outside of B, just waiting for someone to extend. I don't think anyone's going to be taking that zip. It's just without any intel there early, but they walk right into the waiting arms of Hizzi, finding Drew early. But they're going to completely take this side. Not a lot of map control on the rest of it, and that's going to give Caterpillar some chances to set up around them.
Yeah, you see how close Joker's playing. That's another thing that really was very interesting to me. How are teams going to play this B site? Will they play very close? Will they play up front on that barrier, that barricade that is on the objective? Dahlia already going down. That's pretty massive for the side of Caterpillar, just because they don't have to worry about that res coming in on the Kestrel. Everything's going to have to be by hand. Of course, round 2, you're not going to have the lifeline online for the Seeker as well. Kestrel might not even have helping hand. She still has a pistol, so she probably went for the bounce nade to begin with. Rotation coming all the way towards the A site, but it is a quick rotation from the defense here.
Yeah, I think they just heard them on the sprint over, plus they can afford to take one person away from a stack on B with the intel that they were able to have. Kenny has a shield down. Can't see it now, but we got to see it for just 1 second to give us that little bit of information. And PreNade, now that smoke's gone, might be getting some good info for the team. Sends in the Roco, gets 2 downs with it. Finish someone off as well on the other side of it, and they try to make a difference. PreNade taking some space on site, but everyone had already fallen from the other angle that Hizzi got with his own Halo nades. Halo drones. Finish them off and getting another round on the board.
I like that play from Cannibals too. I assume that he had his barricade up so that Kestrel couldn't see him behind the cover from that little tunnel, the red room. I think we're going to call that red because it's just like the one on lockdown. So she couldn't see him. She sent her drones through. Couldn't really get a good hit on the drones. Went towards the crane. But ultimately, 2 people looking at her. She ended up going down. Just took way too much time from the attacker's side. Maybe they've got to break into these sites a little bit faster. again, this is just, you know, live and learn. Have any teams been scrimming on this map, or they've just been playing other games, waiting for this update?
Yeah, I mean, are they, the thing is, are they sitting there outside of the site and saying, okay, this is our take, and explaining it, or are they going in on things that they're used to doing? They know what's going to be in the way, but this time, no one's really stopping them. Goldie making it in, going to get that plant down, has the shield up, but first pick goes for Caterpillar. Can't use a good angle, finds Drew and PreNade on the rotation out there. They will get that pick up, though. I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive. Joker will be, but doesn't realize Goldie's ready for him. Who's that? Can't win this fight either. PreNade crawling out into the open, I think, just trying to get some intel on them. Going to give away his life here. You can see Candy going for this clamshell himself. They have that info now. Goldie was able to turn around and find Hizzi. Anvil 1 versus 1, but just a step too far forward. He's going to run out, even pick up his teammate. He's got the time to get that extra cash and guarantee that defuse.
What a play from Hizzi there. I mean, we can't say it wasn't a bad play from the opposing Anvil as well. Got the triple kill, did what he needed to do, was trying to get his Kestrel back up, but the Kestrel, I think it was KingPreNade, just said, listen, you don't need to worry about me. I'm gonna... Oh no, is he really gonna try and... Oh, I thought he was gonna try down there and get some more money. But yeah, he said, you know what, don't worry about me. I'm going to crawl out there, get some intel for you. Hey, they clamshelled it. Don't worry about him for the time being. Worry about the guy behind you. Good play from Goldie. Just couldn't sustain himself with that last member. The C4 didn't catch anything. If he was able to catch him with the C4 there, he probably would have been able to 1v4 that. But still, good effort from him. I like the play. They get the bomb planted, so they're making a little bit of progress here. Round 3, they get the bomb planted for the first time. Round 4, I'm looking for them to get a bomb planted and possibly be able to post-plant position perfectly for it.
Yeah, it's them finding the holes, I think, in the defense from Caterpillar. That was one, and I mean, it didn't go quite as well as I think they were hoping. The fact that Goldie ended up basically almost pulling that one away from what shouldn't have been possible near the end shows that it was a little bit more in Caterpillar's control than they thought. But if they move quickly here, they can take advantage. I don't know if they know that there's 3 stacked over at B. I don't think they saw Canny down in that corner with that arrow. I think it just missed him. The question is, will RocSoldier check this corner? It looks like he will. If he didn't, Goldie did there. There's the C4 on, but he doesn't end up hitting it. Now, who's that? Has the crossfire. Goldie down, backing away. The bomb is now left out in the open. Someone will grab it and run away. They can't even get the res, though. They have that close angle, and now LAGR are down a player.
Yeah, that was tough for them. I mean, it doesn't even matter that Canny was just kind of just hiding. He's still there. They probably still don't know that he's there, just waiting to see if anyone tries to make a move from red onto the site. Who's that? Won't be revealed from that, but he's the one who found that crossfire, and that was excellent because 1, that was bomb carrier, 2, that was Anvil. So now they don't even have the barricade to work with. It's going to be very tough for them to break past this defense and get a bomb planted. Maybe even too late for a rotation here.
Might be. They did waste quite a bit of time. Who's that? So close with the katana, so lethal in this round. We'll end up donating it to RocSoldier, who won't even go for this pickup there. Get the down on their own crossfire. But Canny's still in that corner, still unseen now, making his presence known. Downing Drew. This gunfight's going to decide the round, and it won't go the way of LAGR. Caterpillar seem to know what they're doing on this map so far. I really like that close hold. I think he was just in the middle of all of his APSs and denied every piece of utility that went at him.
Yeah, it's very tough to tell if they actually know what they're doing. I don't want to take anything away from them because they're playing great defense, obviously. At the same time, though, you know, it just might take a few weeks even to really allow teams to find a groove on this map and say, you know what, this is a attack-siding map. Let's go out there and let's get this. Let's get these rounds. Right now, it's looking like a defensive-sided map, but at the same time, has LAGR practice on this map? Are they ready for this? You know, has anyone really prepared for this? I don't know when CMG told people the new map pool. I've known about it since it was created, right? Which was like a week after the last 10K. But I don't know if anyone else has known outside of us, and I don't want to tell people and then get in trouble. So I've been really excited and waiting to see what teams can do here.
Well, Cannibals can do quite a bit already. Down with the C4 and gets RocSoldier as well. Just holding down this red tunnel, burning everyone away. It's just Drew still standing because there's no way Goldie's going to be able to get back up now. Doesn't even have the bomb, so basically just trying to win a frag fight, though. Deadeye, excuse me. XR, I believe there. Kukri, though, waiting for him as he tries to go the other way. Can't manage to escape. I like that spot. I like that jump by Candy on that angle. That's a good hiding spot.
Yeah, already starting to see some of those cheeky little spots coming out too. I don't know if Canny meant to do that, if he actually knew about it, or maybe he just randomly thought he was going to fall in the water at the end of the round and ended up just sitting on the edge there. But that was a decent shot from the Dahlia using the MXR. I mean, you see who's that on the other side using the objection still. That's been the primary weapon that people are buying with Dahlia. I don't know if that's going to change because of the next update. A little bit of body damage change to the TTK. We could see some DMRs come back out. Maybe you still will see the objection just because it has the faster fire rate, and you're saying, hey, I can kill people faster. Don't got to aim for the head every single time. But he stayed alive. He got a kill. He'll be able to get some economy in his pocket. But they've got to find a way to break through this. Look at Cannibals this time playing a little cheeky flank as the Anvil. Oh,
I was about to say, breaking through, but Canny's the one that was holding them out before. Now he's made the rotation. They seem to know, though. They knew pretty early, must have been given some sort of sound cue by them. But now they have to play this push while thinking about Canny behind them the entire time. As soon as they move, you know he's going to be trying to take space from behind them and punish them. But everything is just going the way of Caterpillar right now. Now Canny will push, get the finish on CMG with the rest of them. And Drew continues to be the last one standing, but continues to not be able to make anything out of it.
See, I don't really like the play from the attackers that time. LAGR, most of the time they haven't had success getting onto that A site is because Canny was playing the red room perfectly. We saw him also crouching in that little corner underneath their patio for a good time. He just created so much space, especially when he got that triple kill the round before to start off the fight, right? So if he's not there and you see him behind you, just push through red, because now that gives you that opening to break onto that site. If he wants to push in from behind, you know he's there. You know if you take space onto that site that he's probably going to want to take some space from behind you. You can get that kill, turn around, and then you can get a good bomb plant, give yourself the advantage. They just weren't able to do so. Now, final round of the half, they need to find some success here, and it looks like they're going to go towards this B site.
They might be able to take quite a bit. Obviously, if they have one reveal, they're going to know that there's a lot of open space for them. You can see now the Seeker is starting to rotate. They're just weeding out. They've been all revealed by the arrow. This is going to pull everyone over, and they don't even manage to first gunfight. Joker downing RocSoldier, the first person to rotate. Look at that pick, and they are just shoving for it. Everyone's there. The bomb's down in the open. 3 members of Caterpillar looking for them. Plus, who's that on the flank will finish off both of them. The SMG so lethal there, and a flawless half from Caterpillar. They took so much, every bit of space they were afforded, they took.
Just so many micro mistakes being made from LAGR that are really costing them. I mean, right there at the end, you saw Anvil going for that revive. Why is he going for it? Dahlia runs right past them. Let Dahlia do it. She has lifeline, most likely. Let her get that 2-second res and allows them to start regenning health as soon as she gets him up. That's a faster res than even a helping hand Anvil. Plus Anvil, you probably going to have to use the barricade there. You've got a gun that has, first of all, automatic compared to the MXR being used by Drewwhitlock. Plus, you've got, what, 60, maybe even 90 if you upgraded that gun one time in your clip. You've got to put that barricade down and protect them while that revive goes off, which, by the way, the revive is going to go a lot faster. So I don't like the decision being made there, even on the fly. They've got to make better decisions. These mistakes are really costing them. It's 7-0. Remember, it's strikeout going into game 2. Even if you win that, you've got to find success in a demo, which would be game 3 if you can push it to a game 3. So you need to go out there and find some success. I mean, you're down 7-0, only 1 round from losing, but you've got to start somewhere. You've got to build some momentum. Even if you lose this game, head into strikeout with a little bit different attitude.
Yeah, for sure, because strikeout is a lot about momentum, right? It's about getting that initial objective and really pushing forward and trying to control spawns afterwards. You know, any respawn mode is kind of going to be focused around that here early. We'll see if Caterpillar has any different look on the attack, and they got the bomb down immediately. I think that was a shield plant there, but LAGR didn't deny them any space, and if anything, Caterpillar are just taking it from them. You can see the flood, both of them onto Drew, 1 down, traded in response, but LAGR just don't have a footing on the site. The bounce needle down 1. Who's pushing for more. Goldie shot in the back, can't finish off that kill, but KingPreNade sticking to revive. It's only Goldie left, and it's almost worked before, but it won't this time, and that'll be the end of Hollows for them. Complete difference in just positional knowledge there for this site. Caterpillar just walks in. They know what's going to be open.
Team All right. I don't know if Demon will be good after the next update, so we need to see if he's going to be in here today. And so far, we might not see him because there's only 2 picks left. So
We will see a secret though. That's something. Got the chalk for potential aggression too. I think all of that is could be kind of interesting to play around with here.
I'm
But
feeling the
aggression,
secret.
they want to be aggressive, right? They want to be walking in. They want that shield. They want that chalk bonus health. Not double res to save him after that, but the chunk will kind of make up for that. But no res help for LAGR. No Saint, no Dahlia. If they're down, unless it's chalk, they're down.
Yeah, they're going for full hold here once they grab control of that point. This is something that I wanted to touch on a little bit and really see how these strikeout games work, because you and I, we've done strikeout tournaments before,
Yes.
right? Or we've done tournaments with skill shot where it's, half demo or, primarily
Enemy
demo, but
spotted.
there's still
Weapons hot.
strikeout implemented in those. And it was pretty hectic, right? Usually the pace of the game didn't really slow down until it was about, round 5, 2v2 left, whatever it may be. But now I want to see if teams take this a little bit more slowly, even though it's a respawn. That does not, okay, all right, he got saved there. I was going to say, that doesn't look good to start things off, but he got saved.
Very close. A little bit dangerous, but now he's not going to be there in that initial fight, so potential swarm, but there's actually a flank, it looks like, going on from one member of Caterpillar, so a little bit off the side, going to make that an even fight, but now whose dad is coming in for that long rotation. The first kills are already going the way of Caterpillar, and now whose dad ends up picking up 2 around the side with that Saint. The Mamba strikes from behind, and not a single life lost yet for Caterpillar.
All right, check this out, right? I've been playing a lot of strikeout because, I'm ranked rogue. I'm waiting for the next update or the new season, and I just want to level up some of my rogues on my account, right?
Okay.
So I've been playing a lot of strikeout, and I've been doing some experimental things here, like not buying a primary weapon in round 1 of strikeout. Instead, I get like armor or tracker rounds or something, and just go with my pistol. When I kill someone or my teammate kills them, I just pick up their primary. I think that might be a play here for some teams. I don't see it happening with these teams because obviously they have primaries, but I'm saying someone might utilize it.
I think it could work. Depends on the character. I wouldn't be shocked to see a Dahlia kind of playing that way. Stat coming in, catching Drew mid-reload right after the smoke goes down. I guess he didn't expect that entire lack of fear, and that's the respect difference that I was talking about between the last map and this one. But respect or not, LAGR still managed to walk in and wipe out Caterpillar at least once to take this control. We're gonna get a take out of this. They're gonna get it from actual kills here. Can't get through the shield, so like a Halo drone it instead. Hizzi still does get the trade back, winning that Kestrel 1v1. And they're looking poised to push in and pressure the members of LAGR off this area, but they don't want to go in quite yet, waiting for everyone, trying to nade him out early, but not the utility's really hitting right.
And this is something I really wanted to see, what I was touching on earlier. Can these teams start to slow it down, even from a very early point in the strikeout game, just because teams want to respect each other more, but they also don't want to lose. They want to take things a little bit more seriously. Before, when we watched strikeout, it was, teams trying to spawn trap each other as fast as possible, so we see them like run at each other as fast as possible, right? Now we're starting to see things slow down. They're not trying to spawn trap them as hard. They're trying to gain some good crossfire going so that they don't allow them to break back in. KingPreNade finds another double down for himself.
We've lost the objective.
Yeah. Huge, big turnaround again by LAGR. I think you talking about not running forward off the point, I think it might just be this site, this hill, right? The fact that makes them not want to go out of it. They can push up maybe to the next choke and try to lock them out there, but I don't think they really want to go that much further than that. Still, LAGR happy enough where they're standing. PreNade down to 2, finish them both off. Caterpillar has to respawns, but people are just trying to push without anybody or any way to be helped out there. Joker forced to roll away. Caterpillar suddenly things swinging way away from them. 5-2 advantage so far for LAGR.
Yeah, and I'm really liking the way that they're playing. Look at Joker getting a little peek onto the Ronin. Hizzi still waiting in the back steps here. He might try and make a play here once they get their respawns and they are ready to go. I like the secret pick. Kestrel kind of, counterbalances that just because she can do what she did earlier. The drone's going below the shield, but another one for Joker. He finds Drew. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, Goldie finds 3 himself. And now they're really starting to gain some momentum. Only 1 respawn available. Now 0 for Caterpillar, and there's only 2 members standing.
Keep it up.
Well, it's a 2v8. We don't get to say that very much, but that is exactly what we're seeing right now. It's Now it's going to be a 1 versus 8. Never
Run it
mind.
again.
They blink and you miss it. The very end of that round, it is over immediately. LAGR, they did not start on the right foot, but I think they just understood. You mentioned it, right? They had the full hold comp. And once they got their footing and got to shift a little bit forward to lock them out of the primary choke point, I don't think Caterpillar really had an answer.
Yeah, they didn't look good at all on the demolition of hollows, right? I'll allow that just because maybe they have to practice hollows. Maybe they didn't, get the memo like everyone else did that is prepared for hollows. So I'll let that one slide a little bit. I mean, 8-0 is kind of tough to let that slide, but they're a top 16 team from the last 10K. So I expect more out of them. This strikeout, they weren't looking good in those first couple engagements. Now they're starting to pick things up, play a little bit more safe. Ooh, nice from Goldie. I didn't know he knew someone was there. He kind of guessed it. Rome gets caught out while trying to make the rotation. Drew finds Cannibals, but Joker responds.
And Joker still holding here. Might get Drew out off guard. 2 HP remaining on him. Gonna push for it, but Drew just perfectly baiting around the corner. Can't connect with Katana, though. Joker will finish him off. Escape with his life, but coming through the doorway is the rest of LAGR to try to finish them off. They still have the control over the point of Goldie holding strong there. They have that ticket advantage that they want to hold it for a little bit longer, but losing Goldie will let Caterpillar walk on and flip sight.
Control point contested.
I mean, if I'm LAGR also, I'm not going for as much melee potential as possible. I mean, you've got Saint who can get armor, so you got to upgrade your melees just to kill him with a one-shot. Same with Shock if he rages through it. And then also you have a shielded Sigrid who, you throw a melee, you can't go through a shield, you're going to have to actually swing it. But that's going to change in the next update as well. So, I mean, if I'm LAGR, I'm going for more utility, more lethal, maybe even some perks overall. Maybe gun upgrades. Forget about those melees. Let's get some damage out there. They're doing fairly well. But Cannibals, ladies and gentlemen, finds 2 himself, finishes them both off. One will be a bleed out.
Dirty there by him. That's a bit of an overstep by LAGR, right? They lose 2. They're still like halfway on site. They're just now going into what is a demo. And they just kind of stayed there. They didn't back off when they lost their players, so it ends up not paying off for them in the end. But Halos from RocSoldier did get one. Can't find the next, though. Maybe a little bit of an overstep. Trying to chase that next kill. LAGR will get a revive now, but the ticket advantage is so firmly against them, and they don't have sight control of someone to watch the backside. But the members of LAGR are just getting isolated and caught off guard one-on-one. They're not taking these coordinated fights, and Caterpillar seem to be the ones winning when these kind of chaotic gunfights end up breaking out.
Drew found one with his ballistic knife on the wall there. Caught someone off guard. Weren't expecting it. Maybe they just didn't hear it. Maybe comms are a little bit hectic right now, so they weren't able to focus that out. But KingPreNade finds another one. A little bit of help from RocSoldier. And, RocSoldier is doing a good job against Canny on that Sigrid. Able to find him for the second time with the drone behind the shield. The shield comes out once again. He's dodging with Drew is behind them. Taking a little bit of fire, and he's just a distraction while Joker finishes him off with the pistol. And this time, the round goes in favor of Caterpillar. So it's a 1-1 draw now going into round number 3. I really like how Cannibals is playing with this shield because not only, he's only got 7 downs himself, but he is providing a lot of crossfire advantages to the rest of his team just because he's pulling people's eyes away from his team and towards him. Look at me, I got this shield up. Haha, you can't shoot through it. I'm crouched, you can't shoot my feet. And then at the same time, he's like, yo, before RocSoldier hits me with these drones, hurry up and kill these guys, please do this.
I mean, I say this when I watch hero shooters, but like, there's no stat for making space, right? It's just a concept, and that's what the Sigrid is doing in that sense, right? It's forcing.
There's the damage taken waste time, right? You can use that.
Well, but there's no people staring at you stat at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they're doing with the Sigrid. They're forcing people to stare to try to get around the shield. What's up?
If you take a lot of damage, a lot of people are staring at you, right? Unless they're gaming cross-eyed or blind.
Enemies have control of the objective.
And more power to them if they can pull that one off. Smoke here for LAGR, trying to find a way onto site. Did lose control of it early, but PreNade downing Canny was a trade, so not as clean as they likely wanted it to be. Try to make their way in, but I like how they're holding on the side of Caterpillar. They're not holding near site, obviously, because it's wide in the open, just far away enough to burn anyone down who tries to push forward. Counter push, though, ballistic knife. Stop any over aggression, but every single peek that LAGR tried to take did not end up going their way. Canny and Joker pushes them out, and that Ronin's gonna have to disengage.
And this is what I was talking about. Look at the respect between the two teams right now. Nobody, I mean, if this was a normal strikeout game, people are running all over the objective, making it, you know, switch back and forth. They're just shooting each other, trying to hide behind the wall right there on the patio. But now these teams, they're playing right outside around it. Joker! Oh my goodness, the double kill. BounceNade came in to clean up a third member. 7 respawns available for LAGR. Makes that 6. KingPreNade finds Hizzi with the grenade. Another one gets bled out. RocSoldier finds one with the kukri. That bleeds out, but Cannibals and Joker walking in with a couple kills.
Shock with the MLX is scary. MLX and potentially 150L, that is horrifying. Honestly, Joker made, I think, the best of it there. Down. They're probably going to go for that res, but this whole time, while all these fights have been happening all over the map, Caterpillar have held the point the entire time. So they've been bleeding away at their tickets and just eating away at this thing. You can see a 9-ticket gap between the two of them. C4 thrown out, but his own teammate was there, so he wasn't going to be able to get
I think
that.
Maybe he didn't realize that was the prioritized one.
And possibly not. Probably thought he was, trying to do something else. That's C4 against Hizzi, but who's that has the push. He's probably got the res as well, and there's no tickets remaining for LAGR, and they're going to be down a player. 3 versus 14. The hill they have to climb to end this one, and it's getting harder by the second loop. They're just getting swarmed. It's just Goldie and the kukri will be what finds him there. Caterpillar, after a rough start, starting to really strike back on strikeout.
Much better from Caterpillar, especially towards the later side of that round. They just got very aggressive and said, you know what, they're starting to bleed out. We're starting to take their tickets away. Oh, look, they've got 0 left. Push them. We have 10 tickets. Don't worry about dying. We can get very aggressive. That's exactly what they did. And LAGR just kind of folded in on themselves. You saw, I mean, just like you said, Chris. Oh, look, they have 4, 3, 2. Oh, never mind. They're all dead. So they kind of just folded in on themselves. The aggression was too much from Caterpillar. Caterpillar really want to make this a 2-0 set. They had a little bit of a scare. Maybe it was because of Glacier in that last set. That Semtex is not going to get anywhere. I mean, look at this. Shield comes up, just getting aggressive, taking control of the objective, walking at him, using the spin shot, look how much damage he is absorbing right now. You know, we have a stat that shows us how much damage we do in the game. Scott, I need one that shows us how much damage we take, man, because this Sigurd right now.
Turned a lot of heads, but it ended up not really working out. LAGR came out on the better end of it, even with all of that distraction, because they just kind of played out of the secret crossfire, right? They didn't think about dueling it. They weren't too worried about it. Now here's a potential repush from Caterpillar. They have an angle set up on the side, but 2-2 split, and LAGR shoved to one side. This is just a site that they've now started getting a little bit more comfortable on. 15-7, a very big deficit to start this round off.
Yeah, I mean, KingPreNade and GoldySlays, well, they slayed that time coming in right there. Nice distraction from the Chalk as well. Didn't end up going down. I don't know how Hizzi didn't find that kill. Kind of pre-fired, then he kind of blind-fired. The Kestrel drones came out, but those Halo drones did not. Nice from behind. Didn't know Drew was there. And that means Sigurd's shield will not be available for at least 6 more seconds. Maybe even 4 when he comes back. He's going to have to wait. Already halfway charged back up, though. Pretty quick on that recharge for that ability.
Yeah, a little faster than I was expecting. I didn't know it was going to
I mean, that's another reason why I asked why people don't play that. You get that. You know, they used to complain about Lancer getting 3 or 4 ability pops in a demo round. You play Sigurd in demo, you get a couple of those per round.
Quite a few early. KingPreNade just holding down here, forcing them back again. Huge play. Chalk holding on the site. Hizzi's the only one really left to contest. But the push from Caterpillar was the same as it was before. C4 finding Hizzi. Player I said was still stuck. Not a ticket left for their members. Drew knocked low, but buying time forced him into the crossfire. Still Hustat gets better, but ends up everyone falling around him. Finally, they get some picks of their own. Can they get this res step? They just need to make it on this site in the next 40 seconds.
Look at the revive from Caterpillar as well. Helping hand coming out from Kestrel. He's got the main throne. He's got helping hand. Insane has to do it by hand as well. And then also, the shield Sigurd can get some revives with Lifeline. So that's pretty huge for them. Making some good plays now. Just one member left. Caterpillar finds one with the katana, but it's not enough as the rest of LAGR kind of just fold in on him, collapse all around him. KingPreNade going massive for them that round. He really held down the point, not just, you know, with the rest of his team, but by himself as well. He really stepped up. 23 downs for him. Not just that, but 12 assists. So even if he's not downing them, he's helping out. He's getting some bullets onto those enemies. He's putting some damage where it needs to be. Overall, good play from him.
He's been a part of, what, 35 kills collectively? So, you know, a little bit more than 2 rounds worth of tickets. He is pulling his weight, I would say, so far for his team. Back over to this site where LAGR did not really look like they had things figured out. Caterpillar were pretty strong on this one in particular. Cannibals off the corner, looks to the explosion, but has to turn for it. That lets Goldie finish him off, and no other space was really taken by the rest of Caterpillar during that. Finally, they flood in, they find Goldie and Rock, but can't just yet. Here's the push. Didn't know Hizzi was there, and now the rest of LAGR crumble.
That's a beautiful play from KingPreNade as well, because when he throws that Semtex behind her, you know, you saw he kind of tried to just sit there, wait for it to explode, then turn his shield towards it at the last second so they wouldn't get shot too much. Ended up going down. A lot of damage coming in from the Semtex. Speaking of a lot of damage coming through, Saint Drone comes out, but a lot of damage coming through Aquarius. Both sides gets caught out from behind, but he also gets caught out from behind. Who's that in the back with the KA-30, and then was able to get the revive, but he's going to end up going down as well as his teammate GoldySlays walking through, slaying with the MX.
Blue, what is going on? This last like 20 seconds have been absolute chaos all over the map. No one seems to know where anybody is, but now things might be settling down a little bit. LAGR have control, moving really forward on it, winning gunfights there in mid. Maybe no peep there by PreNade, letting Hizzi get that trade back, but they might be able to get that res. C4 won't connect on anything, but RocSoldier gets it down and a pick with his Halo drone, so they're still holding strong on this site.
Yeah, and look at the rotation coming through the normal A site of the demo side of this map. Now Cannibals with the shield in Aquarium once again, making his way towards the objective. Finds the shot on the PreNade. That's massive because now they have the objective. They have the advantage in respawns. Smokes in mid, and now they get a chance to set up for their positioning. See if they can get some good crossfires. Through Gucci, the rotation's coming through from RocSoldier, but they have someone going all the way on top of the mall. Can that person make a difference in the back? GoldySlays kind of keys and keeping the eyes on this side of the map. Will they be able to make a rotation behind them? But there's 2 members of Caterpillar stopping them from the store.
Watch your step.
It's a 2-2 split, but look at this. I think Caterpillar are making the right choice. They're pushing the one isolated 2. They get one of them down, winning another gunfight. Can they beat Goldie as well? Yep, Goldie ends up falling. Saint Drone will be able to get that pick up. But they're just collapsing on the side of LAGR. Ronin dies, no more tickets. All of LAGR, all on one side. 3 versus 10. They want to win this game, but they have to actually get into sight while a gun down and just look at their comp. It's not going to be easy.
I mean, you've got to slow your pace down right now. Move as a unit. There's only 3 of you. None of you can afford to die. One goes down. They do find that kill. You've got to get this revive. But look at the rotation from the rest of Caterpillar. From behind, the rage, the Semtex. Now the D40C with the replenish coming through. Has to pull out the katana. Is anybody alive? Turns the corner. He's not there. He's on the second corner. Can he stay alive by himself? No, sir. 3 members of Caterpillar coming at his face, and that'll do it for game number 2. Caterpillar take the match 2-0. And what could have went awry for them in the strikeout, they were able to